my fucking God. It in God mad again.
Peace. What it do, Gemini gang? Welcome back to the channel. I am Atone. This is Atone Tarot. We are here today to do your 10-day forecast for the 21st to the 30th of September. So without further ado, Gemini, let's get up into it and see what we got for your last 10 days of September. If you could, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Hope all is well out there. We're going to see what we got for the close of September for my Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's going on with the gang. There is an eclipse on the 21st of September. So eclipse usually represent closes, things that come to a close and end, closing out cycles, chapters, things like that. So let's see what the message is for our Geminis. All right. Let me get a good fold. Let's get up into it. I'm going to pull 10 cards for the last 10 days of September for my Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. 10 cards. Spirit for my Gemini collective for the last 10 days of September, the 21st through the 30th. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. 10 cards for my Gemini collective, please. One more card, Spirit. All right, let's get up into it, Gemini. Let's see what we have. So you have the 8 of Coins, the 7 of Wands, the World in reverse, the 3 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the Emperor, the Knight of Cups, the Moon, and the King of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the 3 of Wands, as far as what you don't see coming. So let's get into this message as it relates to the last 10 days of September for my Gemini collective. I see boundaries and revisiting some things before this eclipse clears completely out. It's one of those situations where you are doubling back to make sure you understood or heard or got the message correctly the first time. You just circling back to make sure you don't have to do it twice, because you only want to do whatever this is one time, right? So something in you causes you to spin the block, Gemini, and say, let me just double check behind the curtain, double check that lock, make sure that lock is actually locked. I know I locked it, but let me just make sure, right? And once you spin that block and you're all good to go, you want to get into the more playful side of things, right? And step into a softness that is vulnerable, safe, and just sturdy as it relates to your emotional growth, Gemini. So I see some, like I said, spinning the block. And I'll tell you why. We got this Eight of Pentacles here with the Seven of Wands and then the World in reverse. That is you working towards something and really putting up your, not walls, but your defenses to say, no, I'm working on this. I want it done this way. And every little detail has to be done this way. Mind your business. Stay over there. But something in you causes you to circle back with this World in reverse to say, let me just double check to make sure that I am indeed good to go on my end as far as what I want to do, how I want to do whatever this is, despite any naysayers or the unconventional aspect of what this looks like, right? So once you spin that block, come around and you're good. This Three of Cups is here. And again, the Knight of Pentacles, just making sure the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that just doesn't move in the tarot, right? He's very deliberate, very intentional, very double checking before this, even while the celebration, yay is going on, you still want to make sure that everything is solid and copacetic on your side, right? And then the Eight of Wands is here, right? Something quickly changes. You become more affirmed once you've checked and double checked and checked again for whatever this is, and you're way confident in the moves forward, and you're good. And you're like, all right, it's time to have some fun and really get into the more romantic side of things. I'm actually picking up on a Gemini collective who is possibly involved with a younger crowd, or just wanted to be involved with children or step back into their childhood by way of living through another group of individuals secretly, right? With this Moon card and this Knight of Cups to this King of Cups. So there's some childlike energy at play here for my Geminis, where you are wanting to inadvertently live through someone else. And that someone else is probably, it has some youth on you. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you ain't breaking no laws. You know what I mean? But yeah, so this is good, Gemini, because I'm picking up on someone who, once they are affirmed, confident, good to go, and they checked, double checked, crossed their T's, dotted their I's, they can be more confident in stepping into a more relaxed, vulnerable place. Whether it be to settle in with children or to be a mentor to children, something like that. You know, this like, I need to make sure my backyard is clean before I can go forth and mentor children. So this could be a situation where in the last 10 days or during this eclipse season, I have a Gemini collective who is just cleaning up some of their old baggage to make sure that when they move forward in whatever they do, anything that is said, it is justified, rectified, closed out, and a very, very distant thing of the past as it relates to their character. And ain't nothing wrong with that, Gemini. Good job. Good job. All right, let's check out what this world in reverse is, as well as the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, I want to, and the Eight of Pentacles, because that is lining up with the Eight of Wands, and that will be your message. So I am going to clarify the world that came out in reverse, the Eight of Wands, as well as the Eight of Coins. This is becoming a thing with the signs. There's been, I don't think, not a read yet where I haven't gotten two of the same numbers in one form or fashion in the spread. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. All right, let's clarify this world in reverse for my Geminis. And then I will send you guys on your way. It was a rather short reading, but you know, man, no news is good news sometimes. And this was just a nice, general, to the point message. Maybe just validation for some of you out there. Let's see what's up with this world in reverse. Clarify the world in reverse, please. Clarify this world in reverse for my Gemini collective. So the world in reverse is clarified by the Hangman, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, as well as Temperance. So again, you wanted to check and double check because you wanted to see it every way. You need to see this problem, issue, thing from every angle before you move forward, right? Because maybe something in your past has taught you that not double checking has cost you with this Page of Pentacles in reverse. And it helps you keep your cool and be tempered and good and moving forward when you are able to revisit and check again. So, all right, let's see about this Eight of Wands. Excuse me. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands for my Geminis. Clarify the Eight of Wands, Spirit. Okay, so the Eight of Wands was clarified by Justice, the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Again, this seems like something that is a knee-jerk reaction, and this Knight of Swords is moving too fast. Someone says something and you react to it and you're off to the races before asking maybe a follow-up question or thinking about the mind state of the person and what that they were in when they said what they said. This is very reactive energy where we have justice here. The law, legal situations can get involved. So be mindful of that. And with this Seven of Wands being here, something quickly can turn and escalate into something that becomes unnecessary because there's reactive energy. So try to slow yourself down a little bit, Gemini, in these last 10 days of September to think through some of your responses to things that are said and done in moments that are not necessarily normal or routine. All right, let's clarify this Eight of Pentacles. Clarify this Eight of Pentacles, please. All right. So the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Wands, and the Two of Cups. Something to note about my cards, I did not say this, but I bless and position all of them upright before I upload any videos. So if a card comes out in reverse, that is the message intended for you. So the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Cups, and the Six of Wands. And this is basically saying, as it relates to maybe a relationship, find out like it's humble beginnings and what you did it for, because the work that has been put into it may be missed or not celebrated properly if you're working towards or if you're in it for the wrong reasons. Make sure everyone in your relationship is in the relationship for the right reasons and similar reasons before you move forward. So that could also be a part of that spinning the block and checking and double checking, because again, if it's not romantic and we are talking about something as it relates to partnering with someone very closely, again, make sure that your intentions for whatever you're starting this endeavor with someone is aligned with the person that you're going into business with. So just, take it as it resonates. And if this is not your message, leave it here. But if it is, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. But Gemini, that is your message. And until next time, I appreciate you. Peace.